sweetie. I can't believe it's so hot.
Oh, you're telling me. I can't believe I picked a scorcher like today to bake a pie.
Cherry?
Blueberry. Well, now you know blueberry is your father's favorite, and we have to give him what he likes once in a while.
Once in a while?
Well, I better get back in the kitchen. Make sure it doesn't burn.
Any mail for me?
Not for you, Dottie dear, but I did receive a letter from New York City from your cousin Irene.
Irene? What does she want?
Well, the letter's there on the desk, dear. Read it for yourself.
What does she want to come here for, Mama?
Who? Oh, Irene. Who knows? You read the letter, dear. You know as much about it as I do.
A girl from New York City with all her money and advantages. You'd think she'd want to go somewhere interesting on her summer vacation instead of to a little hick town like Harrisburg.
Well, maybe they don't have the money.
Don't have the money, but I thought Uncle Alfred was so rich.
Well, I guess he is, but you know how it is in New York. Everyone living way beyond their income. So I suppose they thought that this would be a good chance to save some money and send Irene here to spend the summer.
Sumner.
Why, Dottie, I thought you'd be glad to hear she's coming. She'll be a companion for you.
From what I remember the last time she was here, she's awfully high-hat, stuck up.
Oh, that was a long time ago. She was just a baby then. No doubt she's changed by now.
I hope so.
Oh, my, it is so hot.
Where is Sally Ann? I thought she was going to help with the housework this summer.
Oh, she's probably at the county fair with one of her friends.
I was never able to get away with that when I was her age.
Yes, I will ask your father to have a talk with her. She certainly is old enough to be doing her share. What does it say in the paper, dear?
Oh, just the usual. The President asked Congress to finance a new wing for the Library of Congress.
Anything about your father's campaign?
I don't see anything. Oh, here's something.
Oh, what does it say, dear?
Walter J. Morse, genial local merchant and candidate for mayor, at the forthcoming election against Charles Foster, addressed a campaign rally at Harrisville High School last night. A packed auditorium heard Walter say that what Harrisville needs is an honest businessman's...
Well, land sakes alive!
What is it, Mama?
It's Mrs. Vandermeyer. She is going into the Foster's house.
Mrs. Vandermeyer?
Oh, she isn't two-faced.
What's wrong with her going to see the Fosters, Mama?
Well, she pretends to be such a great friend of mine, and she says all her family's voting for Walter.
You know it is possible to be friends with both the Fosters and us.
No, it isn't. And I don't like to hear you talking that way, Dottie.
But, Mama,
after everything that family has done to us.
Why? What have they done?
Well, you know just as well as I do. And that reminds me, Dottie, Mrs. Waldo told me just this morning that you were seen on the streets with Peter Foster together.
Oh, Mrs. Waldo told you that?
She did, and I want to know whether it's true or not.
Well, suppose Peter and I do see each other occasionally.
Dorothy!
What's wrong with that?
What a thing to be saying. You know that the Fosters are our worst enemies and that they would gladly take advantage of us if they could.
Oh, Peter wouldn't take advantage of me. I'm sure of that.
Well, you'd better not let your father hear you talking like that. And you'd certainly better not let him find out you're seeing Peter Foster. You know how he feels about that family.
Yes, I know, and I think it's perfectly silly. Two grown men like me and Charles Foster arguing over something that happened 20 years ago, something they can't even remember.
That's enough. I need to get back in the kitchen, but I don't want to hear any more about it. Not another word.
That's always what you say when I try to discuss it with you. Honestly, Mama, you should be ashamed. A sensible woman like yourself helping to carry on this silly old feud.
Now, Dottie.
Anyway, what does it have to do with me and Peter? Why should we suffer for something that doesn't even concern us?
I said that's enough. Peter Foster may be an angel in disguise, but the mere fact that he's one of that family is enough for me, and it ought to be enough for you. And furthermore, oh, it's you. And about time, too. Where have you been?
I've been around.
Well, not so that I can notice. Around where?
Discussing things with my friends, sort of.
Well, I have something to discuss with you right here. You should be in the kitchen right now helping set the... Sally Ann, what is that on your cheeks?
Oh, nothing much, Mama. Nothing that would interest you.
Oh, wouldn't it?
Mama!
Rouge! Sally Ann!
Why? Did that come off me?
It didn't come off the man in the mood.
Well, supposing it did, you must not forget I'm a woman now.
A woman? You are barely 15.
15 can be a woman sometimes. It all depends on the individual. And I feel like a woman. Honest, Mom, sometimes I get feelings
something that will scare you, right where it will do the most good.
You just don't understand about some things, Mama. You just don't.
Well, maybe not. But one thing I understand is that you're going to come right now and set this table. Oh, my pie!
The things you have to put up with from families, in my opinion, families ought to be abolished.
Donnie, is the coast clear?
Peter, you shouldn't have.
Why? Anything up?
You shouldn't have come here like this. I just had a scene with Mama.
About us? I know. I got a dose of the same medicine. But I just have to see you, Dottie. I just have to.
I know.
We know we're right, so who cares what anyone else says?
Except I have to live with my family, and you have to live with yours.
No, we don't. We don't have to.
What?
Listen, Dottie. I have $274 saved up now. And there's a little house on the other side of town we could get with practically no down payment. I know we could. Old man Donahue told me so.
No, it can't be done.
Why not? Don't you love me?
Of course I do, silly. But we can't even think about getting married yet. You know that.
No, I don't. Why can't we?
Well, in the first place, our dear families would just about tear us limb from limb if we ever mentioned such a thing.
Sure. So we won't mention it, and if they don't like it, they can lump it.
Can't you just see my father if I were to go to him and say, Papa, Peter Foster and I are married, or your father?
So what? The worst they can do is disown us.
The worst they could do, isn't that enough?
We'll still have each other, won't we?
Yes, but we'll have to live in Harrisville, and it won't be big enough to hold us and our families if we were to do a thing like that.
I guess you're right. But what are we gonna do? We can't go on acting like criminals, sneaking around and hiding from people, acting like we've done something awful. Darn it all, Dottie! We're in love with each other. Or are we?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you just seem so anxious not to marry me. It makes me wonder.
I'm just trying to be sensible, Peter. You want me to be sensible, don't you?
Well, sure.
Anyway, even if it were for our families, I don't think we should try to set up housekeeping until you're earning more money.
I'm earning as much as any other clerk in Father's store. And most of them are married and have kids besides.
That's just it. I don't want to be just the wife of another clerk in the shoe store. I want to amount to something. I want you to amount to something. You're young. There's no hurry. You shouldn't tie yourself down with a family and a lot of responsibilities. Keep saving up. Soon you'll have enough to branch out on your own. There'll be plenty of time to think about marriage then.
You've never talked like that before.
Well, I've been doing some thinking lately, and love is a wonderful thing, but it's just not enough.
Not enough?
You soon lose it if you have to scrimp and save like most people do. Life isn't carefree and happy then, and sordid and ugly, and that's not what I want.
What do you want?
Security. That's what it takes for real happiness. And we can have it, too. I have faith in you, Peter. Let's not rush into anything blindly and without thinking.
Sometimes I think you're too sensible, Dottie.
Maybe. Well, anyway, our first job is to help our families see reason to end this silly feud.
Now that's turning out to be quite a job.
If only we could get my father and yours to sit down and discuss things calmly and reasonably.
It'd be easier to get two tomcats to be calm and reasonable than those two.
It'll take time, but it can be done. For example, the vine we planted in the drive.
Has there been results from that yet?
Not yet, but there will be. My mama loves plants, and so does yours. They'll soon get to admiring it, and next thing you know, they'll be talking to each other again.
I hope you're right. This beauty business is driving me nuts. I have to act like I hate you and your family worse than poison.
So do I. I mean, your family.
And it's working. And it's the only way I can get peace at home. Now that they're running for a mayor against each other.
Oh, Peter, there's Papa now.
Oh, no.
You have to go. If he sees you here, there will be a war.
I'll dash around back. Meet me tonight in the usual place, Dottie.
The usual place.
So long.
So long. Mama, Papa's coming down the street.
Yes. All right, Dottie.
What's that?
What's that?
What's on that paper behind your back?
Oh, nothing.
Let me see it, Sally Ann.
It's just something I cut out of a catalog.
Let me see it, Sally Ann. Tight-fitting pantaloons? No daughter of mine is wearing underwear like this.
But all the girls are wearing them. They're much more comfortable
I don't
wearing.
care what the other girls are wearing. You're not going to be one of them. That's the end of that.
Oh, Papa.
Such foolishness. Hannah, you in the kitchen?
Yes, Walter? Supper will be in about 10 minutes, dear.
Oh, that's too early. You'll have to put it off a bit.
My land, that is the first you've ever complained about supper being too early.
We're having some company for supper tonight.
Company.
Yes. Young Lawrence Daniels, whose father owns a big mercantile agency in New York City. I've invited him to stay here for a few days.
Why?
Why? For a very good reason. A business reason. His father and I have a little deal on the fire, and, well, if it goes through, you might see a thing or two around here.
A deal? Walter, this is the first I've ever heard of it.
Well, I didn't want to say anything until it was a little more definite. It isn't yet. But it's liable to be if things go right between young Lawrence and me.
But can't he stay at a hotel?
Sure, he can. And I can pass up on one of the biggest things that's ever happened to me. But I won't do it. He stays here.
Walter, I can't. I just can't.
Can't? Why?
In the first place, I don't have enough supper to take care of an extra person. And in the second place, there's no place for him to stay.
There's the guest room. It's vacant.
No, it's not. At least it won't be beginning tomorrow.
Why? What happens tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow my niece, Irene Bates, is coming from New York City to spend the rest of the summer with us.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
And if it's not too much to ask, why wasn't I informed before now of this interesting little bit of information?
Because I only received the letter today.
Well, I don't like her. She's a stuck-up, empty-headed little snip, and I won't have her in my house.
But Walter, I can't write and tell her not to come. Even if I wanted to, she'd be on her way by now and wouldn't receive the letter in time.
Oh, so you wait until the damage is done, and then you tell me?
I told you, I only received the letter today.
I suppose you had nothing to do with it. I suppose she just invited herself.
Yes, she did. You don't think I would invite her here knowing how you feel about her?
You know that, and yet you invite her here all summer long to make my life miserable. Lawrence Daniels gets the guest room, and that's final.
But what will I do with Irene?
You can
Never mind. Never mind.
put her in the room with the girls.
3 in 1 room.
300, I don't care, but Lawrence Daniels gets the guest room. Now, if you don't want me to lose
All
my...
right. Lawrence Daniels gets the room.
If you don't want to see a scene around here, you'll keep that snooty little fancy pants out of my way.
All right, all right. I'm sure she'll be tickled to death to stay out of your way if she can.
Dottie home yet?
Yes.
I want to talk to her. Dottie!
What do you want, Papa?
Come down here a minute, will you?
Coming.
How I'm going to stretch out supper to take care of an extra person, I'm sure I don't know.
Maybe you'd just like me to go without. Is that what you're suggesting?
Heaven help the town of Harrisville if he's elected mayor.
There's some gratitude for you. Can't even get a little loyalty in my own home. Fellow citizens of the noble city of Harrisville, as I look out at your shining faces this evening, oh, that stinks. Who ever heard of a shining face? Have to change that. As I look out at your
What
faces...
do you want, Papa?
What? Oh, here, have a seat.
Isn't supper about ready?
Oh, no, it won't be for some time yet. Dottie, have you ever given any thought to getting married?
Why, Papa?
Now, don't sit there looking as though you've never heard of such a thing. Girls do get married, you know.
Of course I thought of it. What girl hasn't? But I don't plan on it. Not for quite a while yet, anyway. Any particular reason for asking?
No, of course not. Does there have to be a reason? Only, I wanted you to know that we're having some company here for a few days.
Who? Anyone I know?
No, you don't know him, but he's a young man. A nice young man, by the name of Lawrence Daniels.
When is he coming?
Oh, very soon. He'll be here for dinner.
Why, Papa, that's awful. Ernie Bates is
Oh,
coming.
now don't you start with that. I've already heard all of that from your mother, and I do not need you telling me who I can and can't invite into my own home.
You can invite the whole Russian army as far as
nice to him, Dottie.
What do you mean by that?
Just what I said, be nice to him.
Why?
Because I asked you to, isn't that reason enough?
I have to hate whom you hate, like whom you like.
I'm not asking you to like him. I'm asking you to be nice to him. And you will, or I'll know the reason why.
All right. Calm down, Papa. You get so excited.
I am not excited. Yet.
I didn't say I wouldn't be nice to him, except I have plans tonight and expect to be pretty busy for the next few days.
Plans? Who with?
Why, nobody, you know.
Well, then break them. That's the least you could do for me for a big business deal like this with a millionaire's son.
Is he really a millionaire's son, Papa?
Sure, practically. Those Daniels are just about rolling in them.
Well, why didn't you say it was a business deal? You know I'd be glad to do anything I can to help.
Well, just be nice to him.
You say he's coming for supper.
Oh, yes, he ought to be here any time now.
Why, Papa, that's awful. He can't see me looking like this.
Why not?
Oh, this is just an old rag. You don't want him to think of a pauper, do you? I'll have to change. Excuse me, Papa.
Certainly. As I look out at your faces, I'm sure that you'll elect me the next mayor of Harrisville instead of that two-timing opponent of mine, Charles Foster. Not strong enough. Instead of that rat-faced two-timing opponent of mine, instead of that slimy, stinking, no-good Charles Foster. So what do you think, Hannah? Is that strong enough?
It is pretty strong.
I'll fix it up later. I want you to get a good idea of what I think of him.
Right. Well, I have supper simmering on the stove, and if your friend doesn't get here soon, there'll be nothing left of it.
Aren't you going to change?
Change? No, what's wrong with this?
You don't want him to think we're paupers, do you?
Oh, my land?
I just don't want him to think we're paupers, that's all.
All right. If you want me to go and change, I guess I'll go and change.
What the?
Let me get in there. Let me at him.
It's Charles Foster.
Oh, let me at him.
Now, Walter.
Let go of me, Kate.
Be careful, Charles.
Careful nothing. I'm going to tell this cheap little man what I think of him once and for all.
Did you see that? He broke into my house
Now, Walter.
like a thief, and that's the way I'm going to treat him.
Will you let go of me, Kate, so I can give him what's coming to him?
You better tell him to leave right now before I lose my temper.
Hiding behind a woman's skirt.
Did you hear that, Hannah? That's the limit.
Let me at him. Just let me at him.
Charles, stop that. Can't you be sensible about this?
After what he did to me, you want me to be sensible?
Tell him I don't know what I did to him, but it's nothing to what I'm going to do to him.
Ask him and whose arm.
Tell him I don't need any help.
Tell him I'm ready anytime he is.
Walter, please.
Ask him what I did as I did is so terrible.
For heaven's sakes, what's going on here?
Oh, it's your father and our dear neighbor. They're acting like a pair of stupid schoolboys.
Why? What's the matter? It's that vine you people planted in the drive. The vine?
Father, what are you doing in here? I haven't done anything yet, but believe me, I'm going to. And plenty.
Tell that coward if he wants to step outside right now, we can handle this.
Oh, so he calls me a coward, does he?
Now, Father,
You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Both of you.
you certainly should.
What about the vine?
What about that vine? You planted it right in the middle of the drive, and you did it on purpose.
Of course I did. I thought you'd like it.
Like it, I hate it. I have run over it with my buggy twice. It is in the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry? She says she's sorry. You did it on purpose. And I bet your old man put you up to it.
Now, Father, that's not true. It was strictly our idea.
Our idea?
I mean, Dottie's idea.
You tell him it's not our fault. He's such a bad driver. He goes and runs over our vine.
You tell him no one could have missed that vine. And tell him it's not going to happen again, because I'm going to pull that jack-blasted thing right out of there.
Destroying my property, are you? Don't do that with my death vine.
Now they're going to have a fight.
Oh, Peter, stop our father before they get into fisticuffs. And I thought I'd bring them together.
I got it.
No, I got it.
Oh, my beautiful vine.
I can't tell you how sorry I am, Dottie.
What do you have to be sorry about?
Of all the stupid, childish, moronic tricks, this is it, tearing up a lovely
That's
family.
right, Dottie. Give him hell,
And
Columbia.
you're just as bad as he is. To think that a grown man like you.
That's right, let him have it.
Shush! Would behave the way you have.
Hello?
We don't want any. And make such a holy show of yourself.
But I
Lawrence Daniels.
How do you do?
Oh, for heaven's sakes!
Was it something I did?
Oh, no. He just caught her without her clothes on.
Walter!
Her fancy clothes, that is.
I see.
So, Lawrence, how have you been? It's so good to see you again. I suppose you don't know my wife. Hannah, this is Lawrence Daniels. Lawrence Daniels' son.
Mr. Daniels, I am so happy to meet you, and I'm so glad you're going to be staying with us.
Thank you, me too. There's some friends of yours.
What, them? I should say not. They're no friends of mine.
What are we standing around here for? I need some air. The atmosphere isn't so good in here. Come on.
I'm sorry you had to run into those people who live next door. They probably spoiled your whole visit.
No, I don't think so, Mr. Morris.
Well, don't just stand there holding that suitcase. Here, give it to me. You can just hang your hat up right there. Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Well, Hannah, what about supper? It's getting late, and I suppose we're all hungry.
Supper. Well, let's see. I can't have it ready, any time now. So if you'll excuse me, Mr. Daniels.
Certainly.
Look at that. That annoying neighbor of mine tore my shirt. Do you mind if I go upstairs to change?
No, of course not, Mr. Morris.
I won't be but a minute. Here, make yourself at home. Look over the news. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Take your time.
I'll sue him. So help me, I will. Trespassing on my grounds, destroying my property, tearing my shirt. I'll sue him.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Lawrence Daniels.
Who?
You've made quite a quick change, haven't you?
Quick change? Goodness, did you think I was Dottie?
Aren't you?
Of course not. Dottie's much older. She's really old. She's 19.
Oh, I see.
I'm Sally Ann.
How do you do, Sally Ann? And I'm sorry. You see, your father never told me that he had 2 lovely daughters.
That's the injustice of having an older sister. Half the time, they even forget you're alive.
Well, I'm sure nobody could forget you're alive.
Oh, you're funny.
Emma, shall we sit?
Yes. What are you doing here?
Well, your father has been kind enough to allow me to stay for a few days.
To stay here?
Yes. Any objections?
Goodness, no. It's all right with me, I guess.
Thanks.
Do you believe in romance?
Oh, romance?
Yes. You know, like when a man and a woman meet and they discover that they're meant for each other, even though they come from 2 entirely different stations in life. Well, you do believe in romance, don't you?
Why, yes. Under certain circumstances.
So do I, under certain circumstances. Do you believe in it even when they come from 2 entirely different stations in life?
Well, yes, I guess.
What station of life are you from?
I'm in business.
Business? Well, I think business can be awful romantic sometimes, don't you?
Not the business I'm in. It's anything but romantic.
Well, look, Mr. Goodness, I can't remember your name.
You can call me Lawrence.
All right, Lawrence. What I wanted to ask you is, do you think 15 is too young to be a woman?
Why, no, not under certain circumstances.
Neither do I, under certain circumstances. Some people just mature younger than others. That's what Mama doesn't understand.
Oh, doesn't she?
She still thinks I'm a baby or something. She doesn't understand that I'm just as much a woman as she is.
Well, I'd hardly say that.
You would if you felt the things inside you that I feel.
Oh.
Lawrence, do you think 2 people could meet, well, like we did, and if they felt a great undying love for each other, would they know it right away?
Oh,
I mean, would they know it in the first 5 minutes?
back again.
I'm Dottie.
Yes, I know.
I'd like to apologize, Mr. Daniels, for running us out the way I did.
Oh, that's all right.
Family squabbles are awful things, don't you think? What must you think of us? If you don't mind, you've interrupted us. Interrupted? You? Yes, Lawrence and I were just having a very interesting discussion about liking things. Oh, well, I think Mama needs you in the kitchen. No, she doesn't. Yes, I'm sure she does. Now don't argue. Run along. You don't want to keep Mr. Daniels waiting for his supper, do you? See what I mean about older sisters, Lawrence? There ought to be a law against them.
Poor Sally Ann.
She's at that awful age now between little girl and grown. grown up, or she doesn't know quite what to make of things.
She knows what to make of some things.
I hope she hasn't been annoying you too much.
Oh, no, certainly not.
Shall we sit?
Thanks.
So, what do you think of Harrisville? I suppose you think it's awfully dull after New York City.
Well, actually, I haven't had time to find it one way or the other. I just got here today.
Oh, well, you can take it from me. It is dull.
Oh, I sort of had the idea it might be kind of fun. With the proper company, of course.
Oh,
But I guess I shouldn't pursue that angle. It wouldn't be right.
why not?
Well, I'm sure you're all tied up with suitors and all that.
Oh, that is nothing serious.
Oh. Well, then the young men in Harrisville must be dim-witted. Would you like to take on the task of showing me the sights?
Why, I'd be glad to.
Great. In that case, I'm sure I shan't find it dull.
Where is he? Where's that good-for-nothing father of yours?
Back again, Mr. Bob.
You're dang tootin' I'm back again. Where is he? Just tell me where he is, that's all.
Why? What's the matter?
What's the matter? Look at me. Just look at me.
What's up? Oh, that trespasser is here again.
My land, what is it?
Mr. Foster, what's the matter with your hands?
What's the matter? What's the matter? I have poison ivy.
Poison ivy?
Yes, poison ivy.
Well, how did you get it?
You know dang well how I got it. It was a plot, that's what it was. And he put you up to it. I got it from that dang vine.
My land.
For heaven's sake, is that what that plant was? I'm glad I wore gloves.
Walter. Walter, what is that on your hands? Oh, he has poison ivy too.
Well, I'll be.
Lawrence, were you ever in love?
Why, yes, I guess everyone is at some point in his life.
Are you in love now?
Now, don't you think that's a leading question?
All right. Then just tell me yes or no if you're in love with my cousin Irene.
What makes you think that?
Well, you have been acting kind of mushy-like ever since she left. And I know she's just crazy about you.
Oh, no.
Haven't you noticed how Chili, her and my sister Dottie have been with each other?
What does that have to do with anything?
Don't you know?
No.
Goodness, you are naive. They're having an awful battle over you.
You're exaggerating.
I'm not at all. Another woman can always tell about such things. But I have been hoping.
Hoping?
Hoping you have enough sense to tell that they're not good enough for you, either of them. You need someone better than Irene or Dottie.
Like, who, for instance?
For instance, someone not as old as they are, someone young and sincere and capable of real feelings for you. Goodness, I guess I'll have to keep the door. Excuse me, please.
Certainly.
Diane, that means you'll probably be elected.
Does it? Now, as I was saying, Lauren.
Whatever you were saying, it can wait. Now you get in that kitchen right now and finish drying those dishes.
I can't. Mama, Lawrence and I were just having a very important discussion.
It isn't as important as getting the dishes done. Now go on, Sally Ann. You are not a little girl anymore.
You're telling me.
Oh, that girl. It's like pulling teeth to get her to do her fair share around here.
Well, it looks like Mr. Morris will be the next mayor of Harrisville.
Yes, it looks that way.
You don't seem too over-enthusiastic about that idea.
I'm not. You see, I don't think Walter has quite the right temperament to make a very good mayor.
I see what you mean. What made him run for mayor in the first place?
Charles Foster.
Oh, your neighbor?
Yes, when he came out as a candidate, Walter said that he needed to save the town of Harrisville from a fate worse than death, and run himself.
Well, it's definitely a good reason.
Yes, anything to spite Charles Foster. But I am worried. Well, suppose he is elected, and someone comes and tries to tell him how to run the city. Can you imagine what will happen?
Not very well.
We will have to leave this town before it's all over. Have you seen Dottie? Did she go upstairs?
Yes, I think she did Mrs. Morris.
I wonder what's gotten into that girl lately.
What do you mean?
Well, haven't you noticed? She's been acting mighty peculiar and mooning around about something or other. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she was in love. What it could be?
I wonder.
Good evening, Aunt Hannah. Good evening, Rose.
Irene, you missed supper. I was worrying.
Oh, no barn caught fire and I stopped to watch it burn.
Oh, it's too bad you were with me, Lawrence. It was quite a sight.
Yes, but, business, you know.
Oh, you great big important man of affairs. Oh, where's your Dottie, Aunt Hannah?
Upstairs, I guess. She went up right after supper.
Oh, the poor dear. Does she have a headache or something?
I don't know.
I saw Nate Bolton in the Star office. Uncle Walter is leading.
Yes, so they say.
It looks to me like you may be the next First Lady of Harrisville. Congratulations, Aunt Hannah.
Thank you, Irene, dear. Well, I bet we'll change into something a little nicer. There will probably be people over later if Walter wins. Oh, Irene, do not let Sally Ann out of that kitchen until she finishes drying those dishes.
I won't.
Thank you, dear. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Dear Aunt Hannah, she's so quaint, isn't she?
Quaint.
Yes, in a provincial sort of way, you know. Come, sit with me, Lawrence. You see, they all are. Fancy Uncle Walter getting himself all worked up about being the mayor of an insignificant town like Harrisville.
Well, maybe he doesn't find it so insignificant.
Well, yes, it's educational to get out in the great open spaces once in a while, as your mama says, and see how the other half lives. It gets dreadfully dull, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the matter, Lawrence?
Matter.
Don't you like me?
Of course I do, Irene. What makes you ask that?
Men usually aren't indifferent to me.
I understand that.
But I suppose that's your way with all the girls, isn't it?
Well, actually, I haven't a way at all. I just take things as they come, more or less.
You interest me. I always like things that are hard to get. You see, when you came here, if you just fallen all over yourself trying to impress me, I probably shouldn't have bothered at all.
Then I'm rather glad I didn't.
Seriously, though, I think we have a lot in common.
What?
Well, for one thing, we're the only civilized people in this place.
You're not very charitable to your relatives, are you?
Charity's in my lawsuit.
What is?
You'll never find out if you don't make an attempt.
Well, I'm willing. Any suggestions?
There's a concert in Bridgebury.
Bridgebury? Isn't that pretty far?
Not very. Besides, I haven't heard any good music since I left New York. But of course, if you don't want to go, don't let me change your mind.
Oh, I'd like to go very much. Shall we ask Dottie?
I don't like threesomes. They're never any fun.
Well, she is our hostess, you know.
And she's also a little country hick. She may have a heart of gold, but I bet she can't tell the difference between a tuba and last Sunday's newspaper. You can invite her if you like, but if you do, count me out.
Well, what is your idea? I guess we go alone.
Wonderful. We'll have fun, won't we?
I'm sure we shall.
Tell me, do I look all right like this?
Perfect.
Hello.
Oh, Dottie dear, how are you feeling? Is your headache very bad?
Oh, I don't have a headache. Not exactly.
Oh, haven't you? I thought you had. Well, I must rush. Lawrence has kindly invited me to the concert in Bridgebury.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll both have a good time. I sort of wish I was going myself.
Well, if you'd like to, we'd really
Perhaps
like to.
another time, dear.
Yes, perhaps.
I shan't be long, Lawrence.
I hope you have a great time, both of you.
Yes. I'm not expecting much. It was her idea, you know.
I'm sure it was. Irene's just full of ideas, isn't she?
Yes, never at a loss.
She is a lovely girl, isn't she?
Listen, Dottie, about the sightseeing we were going to do.
Yes?
I'm sorry we haven't gotten around to doing it, but the truth is I've been very busy.
I know.
Your father can testify to that fact. What I'm doing here could be a big business deal for him and me.
It's all right, Lawrence. You don't have to explain. I know you've been busy.
Well, I just wanted you to understand that us being apart has not been a wise choice.
And I suppose Irene just knocked you over the head and made you say you'd take her to Bridgebury tonight?
Well, not exactly, but you see, Dottie...
Please, I assure you, it doesn't make any difference to me whether you go to Bridgebury or not. Not in the slightest.
Doesn't it?
No, and I hope that you don't think that it does.
Well, Sally Ann said something earlier that just made me wonder.
Sally Ann, what did she say?
Well, I didn't want to bring it up, but I think it should be cleared up for both of our sakes. She suggested that you were jealous of Irene and me.
For heaven's sake.
I really don't think
I
so.
should hope that you don't. Why do I have any reason to be jealous of you and Irene?
I'm sure I don't know.
The whole thing is silly. I'm not jealous of anyone. I have a boyfriend of my own already.
Really? You said the other day that you hadn't.
Well, I have. You don't think I've told you everything.
Well, of course not. In fact, I'm rather glad it turned out this way because...
Hello! Well, I guess you've heard the good news.
Yes, we have, Mr. Morris.
Here, Donnie, read what it says in today's paper.
I can't, Papa. Excuse me.
Why, what's the matter with her?
I don't know.
Oh, here, you read it, Lawrence. Hannah!
Yes, Walter?
Come listen to what it says in the special edition. Listen. Go ahead, Lawrence.
At an early hour this evening, it seemed assured that the next mayor of Harrisville will be Walter Morris, genial merchant. With only the 8th district left to be heard from, Morris had what appeared to be a commanding lead over his opponent, Charles Foster. Foster, when asked to concede Morris's election, stated, "I can't believe the town of Harrisville..."
Oh, that's enough. That's enough. The rest isn't important.
Oh, well, that looks like it, Mr. Morris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's not official yet, is it?
Oh, no, but it will be.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of.
What?
Oh, nothing. You would understand.
Well, it was a hard fight, but I saved the town from falling into the clutches of that skunk.
Oh, I hope they appreciate it.
They will. They know what a skunk that skunk is.
Say, I hope you don't mind my speaking of business at a time like this, Mr. Morris.
No, of course. What's on your mind?
Well, it seems that my reasons for being here are practically finished, and I see no further reason for secrecy at this point. I'm going to suggest to my father that he offer you the Daniels Agency here in Harrisville.
Did you hear that, Hannah?
Walter.
This must be our lucky day. I get elected mayor and offered the Daniels Agency.
Oh, that is, of course, according to how my father acts upon my recommendation.
Sure, I understand.
Although, there might be one thing.
Oh, one thing.
Yes, you see, I received a telegram from New York City today. It seems there is someone else here in Harrisville interested in obtaining our agency.
Someone else?
Yes, any ideas who it might be?
No, don't you know?
In fact, I don't. Father doesn't either. Whoever they are, they're handling it through a broker.
Did you hear that, Hannah? Some backstabbing so-and-so is trying to double-cross me. Steal the agency right out from under my nose.
Well, I wouldn't be too worried about it, Mr. Morris. My reports say there isn't a finer store in Harrisville than yours.
Well, of course there isn't. But I do wish I knew who the rat was who was trying to do this to me.
Hello. Oh, Uncle Walter, I hear you to be Harrisville's next mayor.
Yes, it would appear that way.
How perfectly charming. I'm really too thrilled.
Perfectly charming. Too thrilled. What do you have to be thrilled about?
Really, Uncle Walter, I'm only trying to congratulate you.
Well, if you'd like to congratulate me, you could just say congratulations. That's enough.
Oh, don't mind him, my dear. He's only joking.
Of course. Are you ready, Lawrence?
Yes, I guess.
Oh, are you two going somewhere?
Yes, Lawrence has preciously offered to take me to the concert in Bridgebury.
Preciously offered.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have a lovely time.
Thank you, I'm sure we shall.
If there's a concert in Bridgebury, I wonder why Dottie's not going.
Well, Mrs. Morris, if you could convince her to go, we
She
really
has a
will.
headache or something and doesn't want to go. And really, Lawrence, if we don't want to be late.
All right.
Ta-ta, Tana. Ta-ta, Mayor.
Walter, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I ought to be ashamed?
Yes, insult Irene that way, what will she think?
I have been hoping she would think she ought to get out of here. But no such luck.
Well, she's our guest, and you should not be treating her that way.
She's a la-di-da, insincere little snob, and I have no use for her, no use at all. Besides, I brought Lawrence into our house thinking that he and Dottie would be friends. And instead, that snip glues herself to him like a fly to flypaper.
Yes, she certainly has cut Dottie out with him. I'll grant you that.
Just when I was feeling so good about showing up that rat next door. There's always something to take the joy out of life.
Walter, do you have to be mayor?
What do you mean, do I have to be mayor?
I mean, couldn't you resign or something?
Are you feeling all right? Do you have pains in the head?
No, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I doubt that. After the trouble I went through to beat him, you just want me to throw it all away?
Yes, I think it might be better for you and everybody else.
You are sick in the head. I'm not going to give up being mayor, not me. Not until at least I've passed a few ordinances I've been thinking about.
Ordinances?
Yes, pertaining to shoe stores. I'll make him wish he never started this fight.
That is just what I mean.
What is just what you mean?
I guess it's no use.
Well, if you had any idea you'd get me to resign, you're darn right it's no use. I'm going to enjoy being mayor. But I do wish I knew who was trying to steal the Daniels agency.
Where is he?
Oh, Sally Ann, have you finished drying those dishes?
Yes, Mama, every one of them. Where is he?
Where is who?
Lawrence, of course.
Oh, he and your cousin Irene left to go to a concert at Bridgebury.
He went out with Irene.
Yes?
He did a thing like that to me.
What are you talking about?
Mama, this is important. Are you sure he went out with Irene?
Of course I'm sure. They walked out that door together not 5 minutes ago.
But you're sure they were together. Perhaps they just happened to walk out at the same time.
Your mother told you they went to the concert at Bridgebury. Now that's enough.
Can't believe it. Can't believe he'd be as weak as that.
Hannah, has she had a good dose of castor oil lately?
Castor oil?
Oh, Papa.
How can you talk like that at a time like this?
What?
You're cruel. The whole world is so cruel. I think I shall retire. I shall go someplace where I can be alone. Maybe high on some windy hill.
And maybe in some straitjacket if you don't stop acting like that. What's the matter with you anyway?
You wouldn't understand, Papa. No one understands but me. That's about the only thing that's left for me. A high, windy hill where I can be alone with my sorrows.
What's gotten into her?
I don't know.
I'm worried about her. She seems to be losing her mind. Everyone in this family seems to be losing their minds, but me.
It's not that bad. She's just at that age where, well, she has some funny ideas.
Funny ideas? That's an understatement.
It's your young man, your Lawrence. Ever since he came here, this whole house has been topsy-turvy. Between that and the election.
Well, the election is over. And you've heard what Lawrence said about the business, so maybe now we can return to some sanity in this house.
I hope so.
I'm hungry.
Don't tell me you haven't had your supper.
Not a bite?
Oh, my land, that isn't like you, just when I finish the dishes and everything.
Have they gone already, Mama?
Irene and Lawrence. Yes, dear, they left a little while ago.
Oh.
What's going on around here? You're all acting as though you buried your best friend.
Never mind. Come along, dear, and I'll get you a bite to eat.
Maybe I'll move to the morgue. At least some of the corpses there have smiles on their faces.
Hello, Dottie.
Shh, Peter, Mama and Papa right inside the kitchen.
I know. I was watching and saw them go out of the room.
For heaven's sakes, you shouldn't take such chances.
I had to see you, Dottie.
Why?
I just wanted to ask you something.
What?
I wanted to ask you to go out with me tonight.
No, not tonight.
Why not?
I just don't feel like it, that's all.
But look, they're having a concert at the hotel in Bridgebury. We could have lots of fun.
Bridgebury, is that where you want to go? No, that's out, definitely.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, Dottie. What's the matter?
What do you mean?
You're acting awfully funny.
Am I?
Yes, you are. What's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Is it that fellow who's been staying here?
Who, Lawrence Daniels? That's ridiculous. What would ever give you an idea like that?
Ever since he came, you've been acting sort of different.
Well, I haven't.
Yes, you have, Dottie. You can't hide anything from me. I know you too well.
I don't know what you mean.
Did you go and fall for him? But you've changed your mind about us, haven't you?
I don't know. I'm just all mixed up.
He is a nice fellow, I guess.
Yes.
And I guess he thinks you're all right, too.
He doesn't even know I'm alive.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Peter, don't ask me to explain it anymore. Just leave me alone for a couple days. Maybe I'll be all right.
Leave you alone? That's easy enough to say. But gosh, Dottie, a fellow likes to know where he stands.
You're sweet, Peter. And I'd like things to be the way they have been.
But they aren't.
Well... Oh, that's the doorbell. You have to go.
Dottie, answer the door!
Yes, Mama?
Meet me on the front porch in half an hour. I'll meet you there.
See you then.
I'll see you then.
See you then. Hello? No, he's busy right now. Thank you.
What did they want, Dottie?
It's from the Star office.
From the Star office? What do they have to say?
They want to congratulate you on your election as associate mayor.
Oh, that's mighty nice of them to... What?
They
What's
want,
that you said?
They want to congratulate you on your election as associate mayor.
Associate mayor?
Yes.
What's the meaning of this? Associate mayor.
Walter?
Never heard.
Walter, what
What
is it
the-
about? Would you please tell me what it's about?
The returns from the 8th district have wiped out my lead.
Oh, you mean Charles Foster was elected?
No, we both were.
What?
That's right. We were both elected.
But how can that be? One of you had to receive more votes than the other.
That's just it. We didn't. It was a tie. And now Sam says, according to the city charter, that we have to serve together as associate mayors.
Oh, my land, have you ever heard of such a thing?
Well, I won't do it. I just won't do it.
But Walter, you'll have to if that's what the charter says.
It was a plot. He bought the votes. How else could he have that many?
Papa, isn't there a possibility there was a mistake? Maybe if they recount the votes, the results will come out differently.
No. Sam says they were counted twice, and it's official. That's what it was. He bought the votes. What do you think of a no-good thief will stoop to a trick like that?
Where is he?
Now, Charles, be careful.
Ah, there he is, the faker!
There he is now, the cheap crook!
You bribed the election officials, didn't you?
You bought those votes, didn't you?
Charles!
Bought the votes! Listen, you pin-headed little runt. I've taken a lot from you in my time, but this is the limit. The absolute limit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Then why don't you fight like a man?
I will!
This is the chance I've been waiting 10 years for.
Charles, what are you doing? Papa, don't be
I'll
absurd.
stand out of the way, Dottie.
Yes, stand out of the way so you won't get hurt.
I will not let you make a fool of yourself.
Ah, you're too late by a good 40 years.
Now, look out. I've got to show this rat what he's had coming for the last 10 years. Put up your hands now and take your medicine.
Say your prayers, runt. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
Mama, can't you do something to stop them?
Father,
It's no use, Peter. Don't try to stop me.
Stop you! I don't care about stopping you.
Not until
But
I
you
get
better come quick.
Not until I get finished with this little runt.
Come on, the house is on fire.
What? Whose house?
Ours.
It is! You can see the flames from here! Oh,
Oh,
my!
my land, I wonder how it started. Oh, I hope it doesn't catch our house on fire.
I don't think it will. There's no wind, and with the drive in between, I think we'll be safe.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, if that fire wagon doesn't get here soon, there'll be nothing left of that house.
Come on, maybe there's something we can do to help. Mama! Papa! Oh, Papa, there's a fire.
Oh, yes, there's a fire over at the Foster's house.
Gee, what's a beauty?
It only goes to show you, Sally Ann,
Goes to show you what, Papa?
that everybody gets what's coming to him. Let that be a lesson to you.
Do you think everyone gets what's coming to him?
Well, sure, every last one.
Maybe I'll forget about that high-winding hill then. Maybe I'll just sit here and watch him suffer.
Oh, Walter. It's awful.
It's no worse than he deserves.
Now, Walter, maybe you're going to be angry at me for what I did.
Why? What did you do?
Well, I thought to myself, they're just human beings like me and Walter.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that, now, oh, I don't have the nerve to tell
Oh,
you.
quit gibbering like this and tell me what it is you've done.
All right. I asked
Just
them
bring
to...
the things in here, Peter.
All right, Dottie.
Wait, what's going on here?
This is nice of you, Mr. Morris.
What is?
To let us stay here until we can find a place to stay.
Oh, no, wait.
I gotta hurry and get another load while I can still get in. Excuse me.
So this is what you were trying to tell me?
Yes, Walter.
Well, of all the dead busted nitwitted,
Walter?
I won't have him in my house, do you hear me? You invited him? You can just march right over there and disinvite him.
Papa, can't you be magnanimous for once?
Magnanimous? After what I've suffered at their hands?
Why? What have you suffered?
Why, they...
I bet you can't tell me right now how your fight with Mr. Foster started in the first place.
Who can't? It all began when that no-good rat said, we tried to...
Well, I'm waiting.
It's none of your business how it started.
See? Kid, can we come in?
Oh, yes, please come in.
Tell that squirt I'm only consenting to stay here under protest.
You can tell him that as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have to protest at all. He can leave right now.
Walter, be human. Don't forget they're our guests.
Oh, I won't forget that. Not a chance in the world.
You tell him one more word out of him and we'll go.
You tell him that word is fine.
Oh, is that so?
Papa, there's something I found on the floor. It's from the Daniels Agency.
What?
Is it yours?
Hey, give me that. Give me my letter.
So it was you. You're the stinking little double-crossing rat that was trying to steal the Daniels Agency. I might have known. I'd like to thank you all for coming here tonight. Now, before we continue the show, we will have a 15-minute intermission. Right up these stairs to my right are the restrooms, and then along the hallway to the back on the other side is the kitchen where refreshments are being sold, candy and drinks for $1 each. Just remember that you go up the stairs on this side, and when you get to the other side, be very careful. You might run into those people who live next door. Thank you.
Oh, good morning, Irene.
You're coming out, Hannah.
Breakfast is ready, dear.
All right, I'll be right in.
Hello.
Has he gone yet?
Yes, he just left. Seemed in an awful hurry. Business, he said. Oh, well, if you'll excuse me, I can never be patient with people having breakfast at such an unearthly hour. It's practically the middle of the night. So, be civilized.
Mr. Foster, do you know of any good high hills around here that aren't being used?
A hill?
Yes, preferably one that's good and windy.
Oh, if it's wind you're looking for, you don't have to leave this house. Not with your father here.
You don't understand. No one understands.
Hello, Father. Hi, Sally Ann. I was looking at the house. It certainly is a shambles.
Yes, it pains me every time I look.
Thank goodness for insurance companies.
You said it. I've been paying for that policy for years. Finally, I'll get something in return.
Right. Isn't Dottie around anywhere, Sally Ann?
She's helping Mama and your mother in the kitchen.
Oh, Peter, look at my picture in the paper.
Pretty good. And say, that reminds me. Now that the Morris family has been nice to us, letting us stay here like this, I guess you're realizing Mr. Morris isn't such a bad guy after all.
Oh, that's what you think, is it?
Sure. And personally, I think this is a good time for you two to make up.
Any more opinions you'd like to express?
No, that's all.
Then listen to me, you whippersnapper. Staying here has only confirmed my opinion of that whining little baboon.
Now, Father,
I only agreed to do it so you and your mother could be comfortable. So don't try any of your shenanigans on me. Trying to take advantage of my good nature and get me to make up with them, eh?
all right, Father, if that's the way you feel about it, it is. I thought after this, you might see reason, but I guess I was wrong.
You certainly were, and I don't want to hear any more about it.
Peter, do you know of any good high windy hills around here?
You looking for one?
Yes.
Let me know when you find it. I'll climb it with you.
Oh no, that wouldn't be right. You'll have to find your own hill. I'm going to climb it mine alone.
I wish you'd climb out of here and let me read this paper in peace.
Now, Father, this is her house, you know.
I don't care whose house it is. I started out to read this paper, and I'm going to do it or bust.
That's all right, Peter. I'm used to being treated like that. Fate must have meant me to go through life alone. I don't expect anyone will ever understand me. It'll just be me and my sorrows.
Now look what you did to that poor child.
What? She's unstable, just like all the Morris family.
Good, Clark. Where's my newspaper? Hannah, tell them I want my newspaper. Do you hear me, Hannah? I want it.
Yes, I heard you, and so did everyone on the next block.
Hang it all, it's my paper, isn't it? It's bad enough I had to give up my bedroom, they eat our food. Now I can't even read my own newspaper. What am I anyway?
Don't tell him, he won't want to hear it. There's no news in this paper.
There it is. There's your paper.
I see it. I see it.
I guess I'll go and shave.
Walter, will you just relax for 5 minutes?
How can I with that family underfoot all the time?
You just have to make the best of it.
Oh, I suppose you think they're the salt of the earth. Well, they wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have to put up with them if it wasn't for that fool I give doors to invite them.
You just have to make the best of things.
Can I help clean up?
Oh, no, thank you.
Well, I feel that I should do something after all you've done for us.
That's not necessary. Thank you.
You know, it wasn't me who wanted to fight. I don't want to fight.
Neither do I. I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Are we going to let our husbands go on fighting like cats and dogs when they really have nothing to be fighting about?
I don't want to.
Neither do I. It's high time they came to their senses.
I agree, but what can we do?
We can put a foot down.
If I put my foot down, Charles will only step on it.
Yes, and then blame me for having it there in the first place.
Exactly.
There must be something we can do. After all, are we mice or are we women? Kate, would you back me up on anything we do?
Well, if it would put a stop to this foolishness of our men and bring me peace in my home, yes, I will.
All right. First, we'll need to map out a campaign plan.
Well, we could go on a sit-down strike.
Oh, yes, we could refuse to cook any more meals for them until they agree to make them.
And leave the house dirty and not make the beds.
Oh, I suppose by some miracle they cooked their own meals.
Oh, yes, and hired a handy girl to do the dirty work. Gotta think of something else.
Oh, Kate. Oh, I think I got it.
You have?
Yes, and it should work too because it will hit them where it hurts the most.
And where's that?
In their bank accounts, of course.
Of course!
But we will need the cooperation of one person.
And who would that be?
Oh, but first of all, what we'll need
Did you
to
see
do...
it all done, Mama?
Oh, thank you, Donnie. Come along, I will tell you all about it.
Did you see what I saw?
I think so.
It doesn't seem possible, does it?
Maybe what we've always hoped for is finally happening. Maybe the families are getting together.
Do you think so?
It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yes. But I was speaking with Father a while ago, and he's acting worse than ever.
Well, with our mothers apparently on such good terms, it's a start anyway.
Right. It's what we've been been trying to do for so long. But now, I guess it doesn't matter much.
Why not?
Well, we always wanted them to get together so we could tell them of our engagement, didn't we?
Yes.
And now, I guess there isn't much to tell them. Is there?
I guess not.
Are things still the same between you and Lawrence?
Still the same.
I wish there was something I could do for you, Dottie. But I guess it's your problem.
I guess it is.
You like him very much, don't you?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I do, and other times I'm just not sure. I feel.
Well, Dottie, don't. Don't do that, Dottie.
I'm sorry.
I hate to see you cry. I only wish there was something I could do for you. I only do.
Confess, Peter. You want to forget about me because you're too good for me.
Don't say that.
Oh, it's true.
No, it's not. I'm not too good for you. I'm not good enough. And even if I wanted to forget about you, I couldn't. Never.
Oh, Peter.
Cut that out. Oh, Dottie.
Dear me, I seem to have walked in on something.
Why, hello there.
Oh, you're not intruding. You're. Oh!
Wait a minute, Dottie.
Hello.
Why, Lawrence, where have you been?
Very, very busy.
Oh, then you must be tired. Come sit down.
So, how are the friendly enemies doing this morning?
From the noises I've heard around the house, they're more enemies than they are friendly.
The proximity wasn't quite a great cure, was it?
Not in this case. But let's not talk about them. Let's talk about us.
I'm willing.
Do you know when you'll be returning to New York?
As a matter of fact, it'll probably be even sooner than I had expected. Probably today.
Today?
Yes, depending upon a telegram I've sort of been expecting. If it arrives on time, I could catch the afternoon train.
That's too bad.
Yes, but my business here is practically finished, and I see no further reason why I should stay.
Are you sure? All that stuffy business about the store or whatever, that's all finished?
We've decided to give the agency to your uncle.
How perfectly ducky. But you say you'll be taking the afternoon train?
Yes, probably.
I wonder if I can make it as well.
You?
Yes. After all, my business here is finished too.
I don't understand.
No, I don't suppose you would. Well, never mind. We'll have fun in New York, won't we?
Oh,
Well, won't we?
Listen, Irene, there's something I need to tell you. Something that's been on my mind for some time.
Dear me, you sound so serious.
Well, that's about what it amounts to. I'm afraid you have the wrong idea about me. And I'm afraid it's my fault for letting things go on the way they
There
have.
he is now.
How pretty.
Hello, Mrs. Morris. How are you, Mrs. Foster?
Fine. You're just the man we wanted to see.
I am.
Yes, we want to ask you to do us a favor.
Sure, anything I can do to help. You know that, Mrs. Morris.
Look what I've done!
Oh, have you
Shaved? My face feels as though I'd skinned it. And it's no wonder it's so dark in that bathroom. I might as well have shaved with my eyes closed.
Well, I'm so sorry.
But your being sorry won't put back these nicks I took out of my face.
Well, that's quite true. It won't. And I am sorry.
What?
Lawrence, would you please come in here with us for a moment?
Certainly.
Wait a minute. Where are you going with that woman?
We have a little business to attend to. You don't mind, do you, dear?
You and her, I certainly do mind.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What is it? I'm so sorry. I tell you, Kate, look out for her. She's slippery.
Slippery? Why, we just want to talk.
Yes, come, Lawrence, dear.
What is going on around here? Do you know?
No.
She is going to get into trouble with that woman. You mark my words.
Trouble? But they seem so friendly.
That's just the problem. They're too darn friendly.
Well, it's nothing that concerns me, I'm sure. I think I'll go back.
Where's Hannah?
She's having a conference. Lawrence, Mrs. Foster.
A conference.
Yes, excuse me, won't you?
With pleasure.
If there were someone else here, I'd have them tell you.
Oh, yeah? Well, if there is someone else here, I'd have them answer you.
Listen, Squirt, I'm going to talk to you.
What makes you think I'll listen to you, rat?
I'm going to talk to you come hell or high water because there's something you have to know. But just because I do, don't think for one moment I've stopped hating you.
The day you stop hating me is the day I get worried about myself.
As long as you know where I stand. Listen, our women are up to something.
What do you mean?
I don't know what it is, but they're up to something. I came in here just now, and they were as thick as thieves.
Hannah, thick as thieves with your wife? I don't believe it. It's a trap. You're trying to catch me in your trap, that's it?
I tell you, they were as thick as thieves. And that isn't all. You heard what that little stinker of a niece of yours said. They went out into the kitchen with Daniels. All three of them are putting their heads together right this minute.
What about?
I don't know, but I have a hunch it has something to do with us.
So what?
I bet they're hatching a plot to make us get together.
It won't work.
You know women, when they get started, they're clever as fiends.
Well, they could be clever as a bundle of fiends, and it still won't get me to make up with you.
All right, Squirt, but don't say I didn't warn you.
I won't, rat. And while we're still talking to each other, when are you getting out of my house?
Just as soon as I can get my family and my things together. You don't think I'd stay here one minute?
Oh, here they are, both together.
How fortunate, Hannah, isn't it, dear?
Dear? What's the meaning of this?
See, Squirt, you wouldn't listen to me.
What is the meaning of this?
Well, Lawrence has something to say to you. Both of you.
Lawrence, what have they done to you? That vampire doesn't have you in her clutches, does she?
No, I don't think so, Mr. Morris. But I would like to speak to you on business.
Business? But that's between the two of us. What do these people have to do with our business?
Quite a bit, as you'll see. Mrs. Morris and Mrs. Foster have been giving me some very good advice.
Oh, now don't you go listening to those women.
Yeah, don't you go listen to those women.
What, you two actually in agreement?
Certainly even a dope like him can agree to that.
But you don't even know what their advice was.
We can imagine.
All right, here's what the Daniels Agency has decided to do. We've decided to open our own store here in Harrisville.
What?
That's our decision. We're going to open our own store.
But you can't do a thing like that.
What about me opening a store? I know Harrisville.
And I already have a store.
There is something in what each of you says, but I'm afraid that is our decision. Unless...
Unless what?
Yes, unless what?
Well, there is one alternative, but I don't think you'd be interested.
What is it?
Tell us.
All right. Mr. Morris, you want the agency for your own store here in Harrisville, is that correct?
You know that is?
And Mr. Foster, you're willing to build your own store for the agency.
That's right.
The alternative is this. The Daniels Agency won't give the agency to either one of you, but we'll give it to both of you.
What?
Oh, what do you mean?
Just what I said. You can have the agency together as partners.
Partner? Me and that rat?
The Squirt and I?
That's my proposition, gentlemen. Take it or leave it.
This was your idea.
Well, yes, and it was a very good one.
Come, gentlemen. I don't have all day. Will you take it or leave it?
I'll leave it.
You're a dame tootin'.
Suit yourselves.
Wait!
Yes.
I guess he's got us, rat.
Looks that way, Squirt.
You're the last person in the world I ever thought would be a partner of
I
mine.
never counted on it in my worst nightmares.
Associate mayors, too. Now I've seen everything.
We may be partners, but that doesn't mean I have to stop hating him. No one can make me do that.
Oh, yes, someone can.
What?
You forgot the other part of the agreement.
Let's tell them.
Oh, yes. There will be another clause to the contract, gentlemen. There are to be no fights between you. If that clause is ever violated, the agency may be taken from you.
But what does our fighting have to do with you?
It's smart business, Mr. Morris, to have the managers of our agency on cordial terms.
How will you know whether we fight or not?
We have thought of that. Mrs. Morris and Mrs. Foster are to judge, and the agency will take their word as final in the matter.
So that means if you ever fight again,
If you so much as raise your voices to one another.
the agency will be taken away.
That is correct.
Boy, that is certainly rubbing it in.
You take all the joy out of life.
You don't have to accept the agency. It's up to you, you know.
Lawrence, do you know whether or not you'll be taking the afternoon train?
Not yet, Irene. Oh, but I wouldn't be surprised if that were for me. Yes. Thank you.
Well, why, Lawrence, you look as though you've received some good news.
Yes, the best in the world. This telegram is from my girl in New York City.
Your what?
She's finally agreed to marry me.
Marry you?
Yes, she's just returned from Europe. She's finally made up her mind and we're being married tomorrow.
Oh.
Why, what's wrong with her?
Well, she seemed just a little upset at your news. Congratulations, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, very good.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm to pack in a hurry if I'm to catch the afternoon train. Now, good luck to you both as our co-agents in Harrisville. You have decided to be co-agents, haven't you? I'll take your silence to mean assent. Now you'll excuse me.
Well, of all the mean, low-down curs to have as a partner,
I'd rather be in business with a coyote.
Peter!
The agreement!
Yes, you don't want to lose the store before it's even been opened.
Who's fighting?
we're not fighting.
See, I haven't even raised my voice. But that doesn't mean I can't tell in my little run what I think of it.
There's nothing in the agreement that prevents me from letting my esteemed partner know that he's the horse's ear. Father!
What? Yes, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Papa!
What do you want? Yes, this might not be such a bad arrangement after all. I'll have plenty of chances to tell this rascal where he gets off.
Father, will you listen to us?
Sure.
There's more than one way to skin a cat for that
For
matter.
heaven's sakes, will you let us talk? Peter and I are going to be married. What?
That's right. We waited 2 years to say anything. And I finally convinced Daddy we don't have to wait any longer.
Oh, well, congratulations, you two.
It was your telling me. We shouldn't be afraid to let our dreams come true that finally convinced me. Thank you, Lawrence.
Oh, is that so? This is going to be a pretty good partnership. Pretty good.
Married, eh? You're right. It will be a good partnership.
Oh, Peter.
Finally!